Fanatics. Welcome to Diamond Painting Fanatics. I am Cindy and I am here with a true crime story time. Very sad one. They're all very sad. You get it, guys. You get it. But I would like to just say I am working on my mum's Phoenix right now, and I had AJ comment on, who did I do? I believe it was Colleen's Dunn. I think it was that episode, and she was asking me if I diamond paint that fast. I wish I could do it that fast. Today I am keeping it at normal diamond painting speed just to show you the difference, because I am not that fast. As I said, I'm working on my mum's Phoenix, and yeah, it's from Victoria's Moon. And I came across this very tragic case, and I wanted to talk about it because it's quite shocking, actually. But I'm going to give my opinions at the end, and I will have a chat with you about my theory and about... I don't want to spoil it. So, this is the very tragic story of Hailey Dunn. Grab your project, grab a drink, and come join me for another true crime story time. Hailey is a 13-year-old girl who lived in Colorado City with her mum, Billy, Hailey's brother, and Billy, the mum, her living boyfriend, Sean Adkins. Hailey has been described as a lovable, bubbly and caring person. Hailey loved playing sports and took an active part in volleyball, basketball and softball, and she was also adept at playing the saxophone. But this little girl's life took a horrific turn in December 2010. In December 2010, a popular middle school cheerleader vanished without a trace, leading to a desperate search in her hometown of Colorado City in Texas. But Hailey Dunn's disappearance was always shrouded in mystery, with many questions surrounding the circumstances when the incident occurred. The work that went into looking for Hailey ended in tragedy years later. On December 28, 2010, Billy reported her daughter missing. Sean was believed to have been the last person to see Hailey alive. He told authorities that around 3 p.m. on December 27th, Hailey told him she would visit her father, who lived close by, before staying at a friend's place for the night. But Hailey never made it to either place. Despite a rigorous search for her, she was nowhere to be found. Then in March 2013, a hiker found a body near a lake in Scurry County, Texas, about 20 miles from Colorado City. This was identified as Hailey. However, a cause and manner of death initially were not made public. Sean's account of events came under scrutiny right away because the friend Hailey was supposed to meet stated that they never had plans to get together that day. Furthermore, he claimed that he was fired from his job on the same day, which turned out to be untrue. Sean had left his workplace within minutes of arriving on December 27, 2010. He claimed to have gone to his mother's place in Big Spring, Texas, after leaving work at around 6:10 a.m., but phone records placed him in Colorado City between 6:35 and 7 a.m. I looked into this case, and the supervisor that he worked for said that he came into the canteen and he was getting a Dr. Pepper or something, and then he turned round and just walked out. Sean just walked out and went somewhere, and the supervisor never saw him at his post. Whatever he did, I don't know what he did, but the supervisor just said that he was there, and then he just turned around and went home minutes after getting there. So this was backed up. Hailey's grandmother claimed that Hailey was scared of Sean because he would watch her at night while standing at the doorway of her room. A search of the home revealed more disturbing evidence. In the bedroom that Billy and Sean shared, authorities found printed news articles regarding serial killers, sexual sadists, and people who killed their family members. Billy claimed that it was a hobby of theirs. I got a little bit worried because they made a big emphasis on how involved in true crime they were, and I'm thinking, well, so am I. My Google searches, if anything was to happen where I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time and then the police look into me, I'm probably going to jail just on my Google searches. But I don't look up family murders. I find these articles, but it's not something I seek. So it is a little worrying that they had sexual sadists and family murders and stuff. In February 2010, Billy complained to the police that Sean threatened to hurt Hailey and her. All of this led the authorities to focus on Sean. Later, both Billy and Sean had failed their polygraph tests when asked where Hailey could be found. Sean suggested she might be in Scurry County. In February 2011, authorities found extensive child pornography at Billy's home and Sean's mother's residence. Billy was later accused of lying to the authorities regarding Sean's whereabouts. And again, the police turned up and said to Billy, "Where's Sean? We need to talk to him." And she said, "Oh, I don't know, he's not here." And then the police kind of got into the premises, saying, "Oh, we're going to have a look around," or, "We've got a warrant," or whatever. However they got in, and he was in there. So why would Billy lie about that? That brings up a big question mark, especially as Hailey's mum. In June 2011, she pleaded no contest to making a false report and was given probation. While Sean was named a person of interest. He maintained his innocence, just like Billy. Sean said, quote, "I struggle so hard just to make it through the day. I can't begin to imagine what Hailey's family, especially her parents and brother, are going through." End quote. However, Hailey's father believed that Sean was responsible for his daughter's murder and that Billy knew more than she let on. But the case finally saw an arrest in June 2021, when Sean, about 35 years old, was taken into custody in relation to Hailey's murder. While it was reported that a DNA sample paved the way for the arrest, the authorities have been tight-lipped regarding any other details in the case. He was arrested in Big Spring before being taken to the Mitchell County Detention Center in Texas. Since Hailey was reported missing on the 27th of December 2010, Sean has been the only person of interest. It took nearly 3 years to find Hailey's body after she disappeared, and more than 10 years for an arrest. So on December 27th, 2010, Hailey is reported missing. Sean is the last person to see Hailey, and he tells authorities that she was going to a friend's house but never made it. On the 4th of January 2011, Texas Rangers and the FBI get involved in the disappearance. Authorities say the friend Hailey was supposed to be visiting was never expecting her. On the 6th of January 2011, billboards with Hailey's picture and missing information are put up across parts of Texas. On the same day, Billy, Hailey's mum, admitted she and Sean failed lie detector tests concerning Hailey's whereabouts. January 12th, new documents are revealed and Sean becomes a person of interest in the case. Affidavits say that Sean had previously threatened Billy and Hailey's life back in February 2010. Documents about serial killers were found in Billy's home where Sean lives. On the 15th of January 2011, cadaver dogs searched the landfill for human remains, but nothing is found. Authorities later searched the landfill in Big Spring, the town where Sean's mother lives. January through to February, prayer vigils and searches continue in Colorado City. Searches by volunteers are hindered for several weeks due to freezing temperatures. I also want to add here that Billy never once took part in any of the searches, and her reasoning for this was that she didn't want to find Hailey's body deceased, and I kind of get that as a mum, but at the same time I would be out there looking for my child, rather than just sitting at home. I don't get it. It's all suspicious, but February 25th, 2011, authorities find thousands of pictures of child pornography on a memory stick found in Billy's home and a computer in Sean's mother's home. March 17th, 2011, Billy admits she lied to police about Sean's whereabouts and is taken into custody. March 30th, Colorado City authorities hold a press conference saying they are investigating the case as if Hailey is deceased or under duress. June 15th, 2011, Billy is given a year probation. Reports say that she and Sean moved to Austin. In the middle of an investigation into your missing child, you decide to up and move. I don't know how far from Colorado City is to Austin. It's a 4.5 hour drive. Do you know, it's under a different jurisdiction and everything. This is so suspicious. June 19th, 2011. Search efforts by volunteers dwindle as time goes by. 27th of December 2011, 1 year has passed since Hailey went missing. March 16th, 2013, remains are found near Lake Thomas, southwest of Snyder. April 26, 2013, Scurry County officials confirm Hailey's identity. It was Hailey found. June 14th, 2021, Sean is arrested and charged with murder in Howard County. It was not until Tuesday 15th, 2021, the 32nd Judicial District Attorney in Sweetwater confirmed Sean's arrest was directly connected to Hailey's death. The office now says no additional details will be released directly to the public. Information is being withheld until it can be presented in court, and no dates have yet been given for the court date. My thoughts and my feelings on this case. I think the reason I have chosen this case is because I was that 13-year-old girl. Mine had escalated into abuse by that point, but living in a house where you are being objectified, to say the least, I know she spoke to her grandmother, but what I would like to know is what grandmother did about it, because it's all well and good coming out after the fact. And these are the things I guess we don't know, because I spoke to people through my abuse, but I always picked the wrong people to talk to. I have been let down, and I feel Hailey has been let down. It could be that it was a one-off, and for some reason he ended her life over it. Whether she said, I'm going to go and tell my mum or my nan, something triggered him, because it's very tragic. And I find it highly suspicious that her own mother, whereas my mum, when my mum found out, she became the protector. She moved us from Blackpool to Essex, which is, I think it is a 4.5 hour drive, roughly. But I wasn't missing. She did it in a protection kind of way, and we had the court case going on, but I was not the guilty party. She took her boyfriend, or the boyfriend kind of said to her, let's go, we're going to move 4.5 hour drive away, in the middle of an investigation. And at this point they don't know that she has succumbed to murder. It's very suspicious. In less than a year, you up and move half an hour, 4.5 hour drive away. So, my heart goes out to Hailey. I become far too attached to these true crimes. I think the reality's just hit that I was that 13-year-old girl, and I kind of sympathise with what she must have been going through because I lived it. For anyone who has a child, and I know the signs are not obvious because us victims suffer in silence 99% of the time. But if your child is outgoing and happy and living life, has friends, is often out and with their friends, and they suddenly become withdrawn and miserable, and there are signs, just ask them when no one else is around. Because my mum often asked me, and he was always sitting next to her or upstairs, and I couldn't say, oh, well, this is going on. Had she asked me on my own, I might well have opened up and told her. Had someone else stepped in and said, look, what is going on? Why are you so withdrawn? This isn't like you. I dropped out of school. I loved school. I was doing well at school, and there are signs, guys, please. And I'm not saying that if they are withdrawn or pulling away in family settings or generally that it is abuse, but it's worth asking what is going on when you get them on their own. Important. Thank you for allowing me to voice my thoughts. Back to Hailey. It's just tragic, absolutely tragic. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. I'm sorry I went into a bit of a personal rant. I think listening back and putting Hailey's photo on my video, she's so happy in that photo. She's a very real person, even though we kind of, as true crime fanatics that we are, we often listen to these things without realising the implications that this is a young girl. Anyway, I'm going to let you get on with your day. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to share this case and to share my experience at the end. As always, leave your thoughts and comments down below for Hailey, not necessarily me, but I shall see you in a true crime story time very, very soon, guys. Please remember, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, have a chat with me in the comments, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you so very much. I really do appreciate it, and I shall see you very, very soon in an upcoming video. Bye, guys.